Aqara has finally launched a T1M ceiling light, which features a main light which creates the white color variations and a ring light with a spectrum of 16 million colors. The ceiling light is compatible with popular ecosystems because it supports Matter, and that means it works with Apple Home and HomeKit via a compatible Aqara Hub. The ceiling light can be installed in the place of an existing light fixture, and I've been using this for about 3 weeks now. Before we start, for full transparency, Aqara did send over this smart light so I could review. But to be 100% clear, HomeKit Authority maintains full editorial control over the content in our reviews. This means we'll point out the good and the bad about the product to give you our best opinion. So continue to watch this video to find out my thoughts and how it performs. So let's first of all start with design and features. In the box, you get the ceiling light itself, along with various mounting screws and fittings. The light comes in 3 parts. The first being the main housing with all the LEDs, electrical wiring to connect to the main power supply, and the smart controls and driver. Then you get the mounting bracket, and finally the light diffuser cover that clips onto the main housing. The Aqara light features 16 million colors and tunable whites and supports HomeKit adaptive lighting. The main light only features tunable whites and can be configured separately in either the Aqara or the Apple Home app. The outer ring supports 16 million colors and can have different dimming and lighting effects, which I'll show later on in the video. The light connects via Zigbee, so it's important to note that the light function to be exposed to HomeKit, you do require an Aqara hub that works with Zigbee. Examples of such hubs include the M2 hub, Aqara G2H Pro, and the soon-to-be-released M3 hub. Matter support is available, but delivered only through an Aqara hub, which means you can then connect the light to other smart home platforms if you desire. It is worth pointing out that it doesn't support adaptive lighting through Matter, but this is the same with all lighting products at the moment. Now let's move on to setup. Installing the light is not as easy as changing a light bulb, but it's still fairly straightforward and involves removing the existing light fitting and replacing it with the Aqara ceiling light. You first fix the ceiling mount using the appropriate fixings. Once you've done that, you then attach the main part of the light fitting to the fixing bracket. Then all that is left to do is attach the wiring into the mounts inside the housing and then mount the light diffuser panel by screwing it in place. So setup starts in the Aqara app and is straightforward. You simply add the device and then follow the instructions. It's then all added into the Aqara app and also HomeKit. Once set up, the light will be available and it will work as it should do with any normal light. Before we continue with this video, I just want to introduce you to HomeKit Authority if you're watching a video for the first time. This is an online community dedicated to everything HomeKit and smart home. We cover the latest news from Apple's smart home platform, honest and detailed reviews, and tutorials that help you get the most out of HomeKit. While you're here, don't forget to check out the rest of the videos on this channel. And if you like what you see and you want to stick around and be part of this community, then we'd love to have you. So hit the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified when new content lands. You can also follow us on social platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, for more content at Follow HomeKit. Thank you for your support. Let's get back into the video. Let's first of all take a look at what happens in the Aqara app. The main page provides a control options for power, brightness for both lights that are available. You can also choose from dynamic effect presets and tunable whites. Additionally, you have the options to create your own static and dynamic scenes. I'll show you a little bit more about that later. But the real fun is with the ring light around the device itself. You can access effects, RGB palette, providing preset colors, RGB spectrum, offering fine control over RGB colors. The Effect tab offers various different color effects and offers some nice options. You can also create your own scenes using the plus icon to generate either a static or dynamic effect. Static effects essentially lack any form of animation. On the other hand, dynamic effects provide various types of light animations. When it comes to static effects, you can choose from various different options to paint the light ring. What I found interesting is the design is not a ring, but in the form of a light strip like the T1. You can use a preset color that will create a color range for you, or you can use the color palette or spectrum wheel to paint each of the 26 blocks with different colors, and alter the brightness. I did find it fun to create combinations when I was playing around with it, and it was great to see what I could produce in order to see what effects the light ring could make. Dynamic effects, however, offer animation presets as seen on the main page and custom animations. The app currently offers a number of different color options you can choose from, all of which can cater to different tastes, and some of them are nice. So when I reviewed the T1 light strip, I did find a lot of these a bit much. However, on the ring light, the ceiling light, I found them actually quite good, and I really enjoyed them. One of the more interesting features, and one that I like, is the ability to pair it with other devices in an automation. Now, this is not unique to this particular product, but it's our Aqara putting their ecosystem together. But this is one I like, so I want to point it out. So, for example, you can set the ring light to flash red when someone presses the Aqara G4 doorbell. And I think this will be useful for people with audio disabilities to be alerted to the doorbell when it's pressed if they have trouble hearing audio alerts. And I found that Aqara has made a big push to integrate other devices in its lineup, and using the doorbell with a light is a great use case in this example. Just like with the T1 and other products, you have the ability to export HomeKit scenes. And from my perspective, this is a notable feature that I really like about the Aqara app. Although this isn't exclusive to the Aqara products, as other manufacturers like Nanoleaf have offered this for a while, but Aqara provides an added benefit allowing you to select which scenes you want to export, rather than exporting them all to HomeKit. In the Aqara app, navigate to the Scenes tab and tap on the plus sign. Next, you choose the ceiling light as the action. Once you've chosen this, you are presented with various different ranges of options. In this instance, I'm going to set a dynamic RGB effect galaxy. Then you assign an icon and name it. Once you're done, you can use once you're done, you can use it in the Aqara Home automations. But if you want to use the create a scene in HomeKit, you just need to click Edit and select the scene you want to add to Apple Home. As you can see from the app, it shows you which scenes are already able to be added. You can select the device you would like to use it to send to Apple Home, and then it's all done. This scene will now appear in Apple Home. And speaking of HomeKit, let's now take a look at what you actually get in Apple Home. The light works like any other smart lights device in Apple Home with dimming, color controls in the app for both lights. So right in the app, you can control the brightness of the light and adjust the color choices using the color wheel. I found this to be fast and responsive, as I've always found with Aqara products. They also work with Siri with commands like turn on the light, and I found this worked fine and no noticeable lag. It's when it comes to HomeKit automations and scenes that I do get the most out of HomeKit control with this light or any particular lights. This is because I included the lights in my existing HomeKit automations, which allow me to turn it off at certain points in the day. So, for instance, I included this in my good night scene to turn off the lights at the end of the day, along with all my other devices. Plus, I paired the light with my Philips Hue dimmer to turn it on to work with a scene I'd previously created in the Aqara app and exported to Apple Home. The light supports HomeKit adaptive lighting if you pair the connected hub via HomeKit rather than Matter. This is because if you pair it via Matter, you lose this feature, and this is because Matter does not yet support this Apple feature. So this is a limitation if you want to use Matter and use it with other ecosystems, but this is not just the Aqara products, it's all lighting products. So my suggestion, if you're planning on only using Apple Home, then Matter offers no additional features and stick with the traditional HomeKit certification pairing option, and then you get HomeKit adaptive lighting. The various white options are impressive and bright and provide a lot of illumination in my living room. The Aqara light offers a spectrum of 16 million colors for the ring, and you can customize sections of the ring. The light provides excellent color accuracy, in my opinion, and it remains bright even in color mode. Cycling through various colors at 100% brightness yields impressive results. As you can observe, red, orange, yellow, green, purple, pink, and all the different colors all display with excellent outcomes. Additionally, the transitions between colors is either responsive with no notable lag when switching between them. In terms of the dynamic options and all these different scenes, I kind of like them, and this is different to my feelings when I tested the Aqara T1 light strip. I don't find them overbearing and more cheap and tacky, Aqara have really added some really good color combinations, and I really like this. So, to wrap up this review, the Aqara ceiling light performs, in my opinion, rather well, and I've actually come to expect this from Aqara devices. The device is bright and provides great illumination in my living room. The colors are in the right place and accurate and responsive during transitions. The added feature of exporting HomeKit scenes directly into the Apple Home app from Aqara is really good, and the ability to remove them and add the ones you want to add is a welcome addition. The brightness of the light, both in white and color modes, is on par with many of its competitors, but if I'm honest, there's not many products like this. It is a unique product in itself. The inclusion of Matter support through the hub is a significant advantage if you want to connect it to other ecosystems, although it does come at a cost of losing adaptive lighting. For those prioritizing this feature, sticking with HomeKit only integration, I would recommend. In conclusion, if you're part of the Aqara ecosystem and you're looking for a HomeKit ceiling light for your home that's got a unique ring light like this, it's a worthwhile purchase with a robust feature set. So that's a wrap on this review. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you have, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If this video has helped you out in any way, there's some links in the description below to retailers that help this channel out at no extra cost to you. You can also check out our other videos on this channel and follow us on our social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Follow HomeKit. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.